Season of Discovery Phase 8 got announced and a lot of people are pissed off, and there is a reason they are pissed off. I am not pissed off because I am not freaking surprised. I told you in my previous video, I guess I was pretty much bullseye, not because I'm a genius, but because, come on guys, it doesn't take a genius. Season of Discovery Phase 8 goes live on April 8th. That is 20 days from now, and you might be thinking, okay, why are people mad? That seems like such a nice news, you know, we're getting Phase 8 super quickly. It's because of the wording, okay? The wording leaves very little for interpretation this time. The journey through Season of Discovery culminates, look at that word, culminates. I know for my fellow non-Anglo-Saxons in the chat, you may be wondering, what does culminate mean? It means ends. Season of Discovery ends on Phase 8. Okay, now you see why people are upset? I'm gonna be a little controversial here. I do not think it's like that crazy that it ends after giving us 1 0 rating. And I am even gonna be more fair than I usually am. I am gonna be like very charitable here. Thank you for not lying. Like Blizzard has been leading us on for how long now? Like never confirming or denying that SoD was gonna end because they thought it was so freaking funny. Well, you know, they didn't want people to quit. They actually were honest. SoD is ending on Phase 8. Now, this came as a surprise for a bunch of people for many reasons. Why would you bother making an entire new patch of content just to kill the server? Wouldn't it make more sense, bang for your buck, to make the new content early on in SoD when there was a lot of people playing instead of making a new raid for 70,000 people? Not a day goes by that Blizzard doesn't ask themselves that question. They messed up. They know they messed up. Call me a Nostradamus. What's the guy that makes gold making tutorials? A Frostadamus. Call me Nostradamus that I am gonna guess it again. Classic Plus, they are gonna do it backwards. All the new content is gonna be front loaded, so this doesn't happen. They learned their lesson. But anyway, in Phase 8 we are getting a new outdoor content. That's Tyr's Hand. I showed you in my previous video. The entire area of the little Scarlet Crusade town in the Eastern Plaguelands that later became the starting zone for Death Knights. They are doing some sort of like daily quest hub. Done. We did a full circle and we're back to Rato the Lich King already. They did a daily quest hub with presumably a campaign that involves the Scourge attacking the Crusade and something like that. They also put profession content. We don't know what that profession content is gonna be yet, but there is a bunch of crafting stations and other stuff. So we got that going on, so you can make new stuff. Par for the course at this point. And the Scarlet Enclave raid. That's the little castle I showed you in my other video too. But the Scarlet Enclave, it seems to be a rather significant dungeon made for 20 people. It seems to be like decently large. And as far as I could tell, there is no big Scarlet Crusade building they could recycle for this. So it seems like it's gonna be all new content. I am interested in seeing it. Not necessarily because I wanna see it, but because I wanna see the quality that Blizzard can produce when they make actual full complete assets. Because the last time they have made a complete asset, it was the flaming meatball on Molten Core, and we all know how that one went. So let's see now that they got more people if that is no longer the case. If this is good, this should actually get you very sold on Classic WoW and Classic Plus. If this is actually really good, we can look at Classic Plus, 2 years of development. That's gonna be like actually really solid. So a lot of hopes are gonna be laying on this raid, even if they do not quite realize it. Then for April 10th, the legendary questline, the legendary weapon. Okay, I am gonna spoil it to you because everybody knows at this point. They are getting the normal Ashbringer, the non-corrupted Ashbringer. There's gonna be an entire questline, you know, very connected to the Scarlet Crusade, as you guys know. Going into the Scarlet Monastery when you get an Ashbringer, it also gives you like a little event, a little RP event. So yes, it makes sense that we finally get to have the Ashbringer. In my opinion, they completely devalued the Ashbringer when Legion came out. You know, everybody got a free Ashbringer at the start of Legion. It's not cool anymore. I'm sorry, I know people are excited, and God bless you if you're excited. It's not cool anymore. Warriors, Hunters, and Paladins right here. All these 3 classes can use two-handed swords. That's how you can tell. Restore a fallen weapon to its former glory. Corrupted Ashbringer taken into normal Ashbringer. Pretty simple to understand, right? It also seems to imply that you got a choice, that you can go from Corrupted Ashbringer, maybe an upgraded Corrupted Ashbringer. Will this storied weapon remain shrouded in darkness? It could be like Benediction, you know how you got a Shadow Priest staff and a Holy Priest staff, you can just flip it over. Maybe something like that. That would actually be really cool, because the Ashbringer, the pure Ashbringer in the old files of the game, it has less damage, but it has actual fire damage on it, holy damage, and if you got the corrupted one, you got more raw damage, so it might make sense that if you're a warrior, you're gonna prefer the corrupted one, because raw damage is more rage. That's just speculation on my part, I don't really know. And they also put the lore of here. Infiltrate New Avalon, you disguise yourself as a member of the Scarlet Crusade, and you gain the trust of the citizens and the tradesmen, you learn new recipes, new rewards, and more. In my opinion, this also aims to the fact they are going for a very retail-like questing hub, daily questing hub, you know, milking your engagement kinda deal. Gee, I wouldn't know why people would daily upload something to generate engagement. That is something beyond my comprehension. A splinter faction of the Scarlet Crusade needs your aid in fighting an insidious evil at Tyr's hand. They need your assistance in retaking the Scarlet Enclave for good glory and new rewards. Players can engage with 8 new bosses as they make their way through the new raid dungeon and collect their new 8-piece armor set for their class. So they made 8 new bosses, which, let's be realistic here, they are not probably all of them new models. A lot of them are gonna be recycled models, which is perfectly fine for me. Like, if they make like a bunch of Scarlet NPC guys, that's why people were so freaking mad in Molten Core when the Molten Core meatball came out. People were like, just take a random fire NPC from retail, man. So I hope they are not wasting all their budget in making like a Scarlet meatball. But they are making 8 entire sets, because it's 8 classes. You got no idea the undertaking it is to make 8 entire sets from scratch if they are unique models. Because not only you gotta craft the 8 pieces of armor for every set, you also gotta make a combination, because Tauren male, Tauren female, human female, you gotta retune and reshape the set for every single combination. It is, what is that? Like 4 times 2 times 2, because 2 factions, that's 16 sets. Okay, you gotta make the same set of armor, well, not quite make it entirely, but you gotta reshape the same set of armor 16 times for every piece of gear that you make. So if they are going for unique models, that's quite an undertaking. I mean, gee, imagine where we would be if they put that effort at the start of SoD and not at the end. Maybe somebody would see it. But yes, the jokes and the dooming aside, we got like a year and a half of SoD, and SoD is over. That's fine. They ended the thing with a new raid. I'm gonna be there. Am I gonna commit to it? Am I gonna go hard on it? No, it's over. Why would I? You stupid? Are you gonna be one of those guys that raids in Era with all the other 20 people that keep raiding in Era and they like GDKP off each other's gold? Are you gonna be that guy? Oh my god, I'm going so bold. Look at, oh god. Just the thought of raiding in a dead server is making me bold. Save yourselves, kids. It's not too late for you. Subscribe, join the Discord, and thank you for watching.